Welcome to the Three Musketeers, the sibling podcast that understands your Disney addiction. I'm Jared.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Emily.
This week we're going to be talking about our own personal Disney bucket lists, but first, let's get into some news. So it was announced that on June 22nd, Disney Resort hotels will open up, and that is just a few weeks before July 11th's opening of Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's exciting. However, it's not all of the resorts that are opening. I think we probably should specify that it's just some of the resorts, mainly the DVC resorts, are the ones that are opening.
Okay, I haven't seen any kind of list to show which resorts are and are not opening. All I've seen everybody say is Disney Resort hotels. So I don't know which ones are included and which ones are excluded.
Yeah, I also have not been able to find an exact list, but I think it's really exciting that some of the resorts are opening and then the parks are opening pretty soon after. And I know people are especially people who've lived closer and have the opportunity to go as soon as they open are going to be very excited about that.
Yeah, I think that this is kind of like the news that we dropped about Disney Springs, right? It's a step in the right direction. It's a step to the parks opening back up and people actually being able to go. Because, I mean, you look at social media and everybody talks about how much they miss Disney and, are recording their kids crying about missing Disney so much. So it's good that they're opening up and taking the right precautions that they need to. I know that Florida still has a 14-day quarantine for some states, right? So like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Emily, you said Louisiana earlier. I don't see that on this list, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's incorrect information.
Louisiana has been lifted, so that one is not under the 14-day anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know.
So there you go. So, I mean, if you are in those states, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and whichever other states might be on that quarantine list, I'm sure you're probably not planning on going anywhere anyway. So just keep that in mind if you are in those states.
Now, do you want a list of the resorts that are opening? Because I can tell you which ones are opening if you'd like.
Sure. If you have it ready available, let's go ahead and go down the list.
All right. So we have Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village, Disney's Beach Club, Disney's Boardwalk, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Old Key West Resort, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Disney's Riviera Resort, Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa, and Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Okay,
so quite a few of them are opening.
Yeah, but I noticed the theme is, like you had said, Amanda, mostly DVC and then also deluxe.
Right, so. Except Yacht Club is not opening, and it is a deluxe resort.
Wow, I wonder what the decision on that was. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. Now, something I've seen a little upset about is that Stormalong Bay pool at the beach club is not opening whenever the resort's open.
Oh, and that's like a really good pool.
Yeah. Some say the best on Disney property.
Yeah, so. That's what I've heard.
And I'm guessing that's not opening just because Yacht Club isn't opening and they share that pool, the Yacht Club and Beach Club.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But I'm excited to see some of the hotels opening. I'm excited to start seeing the social media posts from people who are back at the parks. Like, that's what I'm most excited for.
Oh, but I'm going to be so jealous.
I know,
I am people too. At the parks.
I am too, but I'm definitely excited to start seeing those again because right now everyone's just posting their old pictures. I want to see new pictures.
Yeah. I want to see pictures of the castle finished being painted, you
I
know?
know.
It's going to be so pretty. I liked the way it was looking. So,
I know. Me too.
I want to
I'm
see
excited.
pictures of me in the park.
Yeah, me too. I think for a little while at least, it's going to be pretty difficult to get a Disney spot. Those are going to be like coveted spots to get into the park.
I
Well,
think so too.
I have some news for you guys. If you bring some caution tape,
Oh,
No, let's don't even go there.
it's not going to work.
all right, well, let's go ahead and move into the history portion. Emily, what do you have?
Okay, today I just have a little short, fun history fact that I thought was super interesting, and that is that Disney World is apparently second only to the military, the United States military, when it comes to purchasing explosives within the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty crazy.
And
So
they
they
are
were.
for different purposes.
Yes,
Most
explosives
definitely.
as in
Fireworks.
fireworks.
Yes. Let's specify, please.
Yes. Disney is purchasing lots and lots of fireworks.
Or
That is
that
the
would be-
only type of explosive.
Let's just say this. That would be crazy if all of a sudden there was a revolution and Disney came to the aid of the citizens
I
and
would
was like,
not
"Nah,
even be surprised.
we got the manpower and we have the firepower to go up against the military because we're second only to the military."
Honestly, Disney is taking over the world, so I wouldn't be surprised if they created their own army.
$1 at a time.
It'd be cool if the army were all had to dress as the little toy soldiers, you know, the little green military men from
Oh
Toy
my
Story. Keep
We
with
have
the
gotten way
theming.
off track here.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Interesting.
so Disney buys a lot of fireworks.
I think we all can understand that.
Yes.
There are a lot of
mean-
shows.
And they
One of
have
my-
the most amazing firework displays ever.
Yes,
They do.
are.
It's one of my favorite things of trips. I know I haven't mentioned that ever before. So,
No,
Yeah.
I never knew that.
First time.
Welcome to the trivia portion of the show. This is a trivia portion of the podcast where I ask Amanda and Emily a question and they let us know how well they know their Disney. You like how I did that? I stumbled for a minute, but I got it. Okay, you guys ready for this question?
Yep.
What is Bambi's girlfriend's name?
Bambi has a girlfriend.
Yeah, Bambi has a girlfriend.
You know, I watched Bambi once and found it way too heartbreaking and have never watched it again.
You found it way too Twitter-pating, okay.
I want to say it's something like Fauna or Failana or something similar to that.
You're pretty close. I'm actually very surprised how close you are.
I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced, but it's somewhere in there.
Any more fa questions or fa answers, guesses?
I can tell you that the rabbit's name is Thumper.
Oh, very good, Emily. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Amanda, you're right there. You're very close.
Yeah, I'm going to leave this one to you today.
Gosh.
Emily, you try a fa name.
La la la.
Fa la la la. Okay, very good.
Alicia.
It is not Felicia. I'm sorry.
Is it not just fawn?
It's not.
Did you say fauna?
Amanda did say fauna at the beginning.
That's what I was thinking.
Alana.
Oh, so close. You guys ready for the answer?
Faylene.
It is Faylene. Congratulations, Amanda. You came in
Wow!
at the very end.
You
How
did
did how
it.
did you come to that answer?
I was just trying to remember. I don't know. Sometimes it's right on the tip of your tongue, but you can't say it exactly, but it's right there, and that's what it was. It
I'm
was like
so
right
glad you
there.
didn't give up.
Like I was very surprised whenever you came in like automatically and were really close. So, congratulations, you beat me this week. Grr.
I know more Disney than what you think I know, apparently.
Apparently. Okay, Amanda, why don't you go ahead and give us a tip?
Today's tip is going to be a quick little tip about where to find information that is factual about Disney, Disney World, Disneyland, the cruise lines, things like that. Because I've seen a lot of information floating around on Facebook and the internet that is not 100% factual.
Yeah, that is very good because there has been a lot of misleading information.
Right. So to find the actual truth straight from Disney's words, you can go to disneyparks.disney.go.com, and that will give you the information for Disney World or Disneyland. You can also go to disney.go.com to find information about Alani, the cruise line, or Adventures by Disney. All of that can be found through this website.
Okay. What about any of the other parks around the world? Do you know where they can get information about those? Because Shanghai is open, correct?
Shanghai is open. The other parks you'll have to go to their specific websites for, because while they are partially owned by Disney, they're not connected with Disneyland and Disney World.
Right.
So they're all owned a little differently.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
kind of
but
why I brought that up, is because since they're not like Disney specific, like completely 100% owned by Disney, it might be a little bit different information. So you might need to seek out some other avenues to get that information.
Yeah, and right now the only thing that I would really trust is the actual Disney websites. Like, because there is, like y'all were saying, so much circulating on social media that are rumors that one day everyone will be like freaking out about something, like some big breaking news, only to find out like the next morning that it was not true at all. So don't trust what you read on the internet, people, unless it comes straight from the source.
Exactly.
That was a good tip. I like it.
Me too. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the segment for the week. This week's segment is Hero or Villain, and I picked Pete. Emily, what's your first reaction? Is Pete a hero or a villain?
I don't want to start with this one today, but I will. And um, you know, I think like a lot of the hero or villains that we've talked about, Pete is a little bit misunderstood, and I'm still gonna go with villain though.
Okay.
Misunderstood, but a villain, I
So
guess.
misunderstood, but not quite as much as Gaston. Got it. Amanda, what
Yeah,
about you?
exactly.
I feel like he is very in between for me. And I know we have to pick one or the other. So I would probably lean towards hero, just because
Wow.
when when Pete he was created to be the villain. And that's always how he was written, was as the villain. But as the world has changed, Pete has changed as well. So now he's not evil per se anymore. I feel like he's grown as a character or a person. And whenever he does things, you usually learn from his mistakes. So I would say he's a villain because, sorry, that's not what I meant. I would say he's not a villain, that he is a hero because he grows and learns from his mistakes.
Sorry.
He's not evil.
I can see that. Even though I said villain, I definitely get what you're saying because I think that they did try to soften his character over time, but I think he was created to be the villain, so still
He was
villain.
created. See, whenever people evolve, though, so just because somebody does something when they're young, let's say you robbed a bank whenever you're young, and as you grew up, you became a good person and learned from your mistakes. Then are you always going to be a villain because you robbed a bank?
Listen, I feel personally attacked right now.
How is that?
You're calling me
Did you
out.
rob a bank?
I did. Don't tell people.
Oh, good grief.
So I'm going to agree with Emily. I think he was designed to be the villain. He still is designed to be the villain. Even though he is friends with Goofy in the Goofy movie and like Goofy cartoons and stuff like that, he's still kind of a bully to some degree. In like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, he's still the guy who is the antagonist of the whole arc of the episode. This guy's name was Pegleg Pete whenever he was originally designed, right? And he had a peg leg, and that is kind of pirate-like. No. Hold on.
Wait.
No, let me finish my thought before you start chiming in. So, at the time, who had peg legs? Pirates, right?
Pirates.
And pirates are known to be the villains, right? Because of piracy. So, he was designed to be the villain, and he still is the antagonist. I wouldn't say necessarily that he is complete villain as of now. I think he's more, like I said, antagonist, but he was designed to be the villain. Let him be a villain.
Good point. I agree.
Just wants to be loved.
Pete just wants to dog nap.
He doesn't want a dog nap. That was a long time ago. He is a changed and reformed man.
He kidnapped Minnie's dog, Fifi.
Let him grow.
Okay. Villain.
It's
agreed.
Evolved, and he is not a villain anymore.
I think you're wrong.
Fully proven, I win.
It was 2 against 1. You don't win this time around.
No, I won.
You don't win. Sorry.
I had better arguments, so I win.
You did not.
You did have good arguments.
You had good arguments, but obviously mine were better.
Win. That's right.
All right, well, let's go ahead and move on and go into the main topic. So we're going to talk about our own personal bucket lists when it comes to Disney. What do you guys think? What are some of the big ticket items that you want to do at Disney that you probably haven't done before?
Everything.
Okay, well, I guess we are all in agreement. Everything. Let's go ahead and move on. Amanda, be a little bit more specific.
Well, I really do want to do everything, but right now I am really craving a vacation. After being stuck inside for, months on end, I would really like a vacation. So Alani is speaking to me, a cruise, even though, they're kind of iffy right now. Still, I'd like to go on a cruise. The Adventures by Disney and be able to travel around the world and get all those extra little perks that you get with doing a trip with Adventures by Disney. Those all sound fantastic right now. So I would take any of those at this moment in time.
Okay.
Nice. I actually have Alani specifically on my bucket list as well. I don't have Adventures by Disney or cruise, but I would like to do those. Those just aren't like ultimate Disney bucket list for me. But Alani is definitely like top of my Disney bucket list. I cannot wait to go there.
Yeah, I would agree with Alani. Alani is very good. Honestly, okay, so aside from visiting every park, right? I mean, I've been to Disney World. I've been to all the gates at Disney World. I have not been to Disneyland. I do plan on doing that. I was hoping to do it this year. We'll see if that actually happens or not. Obviously, Shanghai, Paris, Tokyo, all those. I want to go, right? I think we're all in
me too.
agreement. We all want to go to the parks, all parks.
Right.
Yeah.
I think where it comes down to bucket lists for me is stuff like Club 33. I would like to attend Club 33 at least once.
Good luck.
At
Yes.
least once.
That
There's
would be
like-
awesome.
It's not only is it ridiculously expensive, but there is a multi-year waiting list, but a man can dream.
A man can
That's
dream.
you, not me.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Walt had a dream, right?
Right, and he made it happen. So
did.
your dream could happen too.
Yeah. All mine is
believe-
getting into this very exclusive club.
I mean, if we're talking about stuff like that, I mean, I'd love to live in Golden Oaks too, you know.
Ooh,
I would love
yeah.
that too. Yeah,
Mhm.
for
Because
sure.
they had their own set of perks for living there.
Yes.
So,
I know.
But isn't like the lowest price on the housing like $2 million or something like that?
oh, they are definitely in the millions.
Yeah, it's several millions. You're not going to get one for under $1 million by any means.
But I mean, these are, you know, if we're talking extravagances that we would really like to have, I mean, shoot for the stars if you're going to go, you know?
Yeah. What about this? I know this isn't on either of your bucket lists because you're both already married, but what about like getting married at Disney?
Oh, that's on my list.
Is it? I mean, you can still renew your vows.
Exactly. That is actually a plan my husband and I have, is to renew our vows at Disney.
Wow, that would be awesome.
So, yes, I will be getting married at Disney in about 5 years.
I was just really happy whenever Emily sent Amanda, you and I, the picture of the wedding at the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
And I want
I will
that
not
now.
be getting married at the Tower of Terror.
I
But
want
Jared
to.
will be.
Yeah, I want to.
Jared
I'm wondering.
has to find a girlfriend first or boyfriend.
Should we shamelessly plug your email right now?
No, I mean, we can plug the show's email, t3mpodcast@gmail.com. But I'm not going to give out my personal email address. That's just crazy.
Yeah, we definitely need to find you a Disney fan to date.
And get married at the Tower of Terror.
Exactly.
I'm wondering how much it is to get married at Tower of Terror.
You know, I am also curious about that. We'll have to look into that.
There are different packages, so it really depends on how many people you want to go, and if you want the characters to attend. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into planning these weddings.
Well, let's come up with a list of characters that should be at my wedding. Stitch should be one.
Wow, I wonder if you get to pick your invite list of characters.
I think, you know, every character that you have costs a couple of $1,000 to show up. So I just want to throw that out there.
Well, that brings up a very good question. Could you just throw a party and invite the characters and just not do a wedding?
Could
you just be like, hey, I want to have an after hours party in the park and invite some of the characters. Can we make this happen?
You can actually rent out all of Disney World.
This is on my bucket list now.
Yeah.
And
'cause I
that
know
brings
a lot
us back to bucket lists.
Yes. A lot of companies actually do that for their employees. They will rent out one of the parks. And that's why a lot of times when you're there, they close at like 6 o'clock and you're like, what in the world is going on that they're closing at 6 o'clock? Oh, somebody's rented out the park.
I would love to work for that company.
Right? Another
I would
bucket
still like
list.
to work for Disney. I still
Yes,
want to be
me
an
too.
Imagineer. So I guess what about Other bucket list items.
I would
I
like to
have a
stay in
ton.
Cinderella's castle.
You would like to what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Stay in Cinderella's castle.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Exactly. I mean, I probably can't afford it, but just for one night, that would be so cool.
I really wish they would have turned the Tower of Terror into an actual functioning hotel. That would have been
It
so awesome.
it would be very cool if even like it's not too late to do this. It would be awesome to create a Tower of Terror themed hotel that's near Hollywood Studios. I mean, it would be kind of creepy for kids, like little bitty kids, but like
Oh yeah.
preteen teenage range, like I feel like they would love that and then adults would love that.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
What about something like, I don't know, attending all the festivals at Epcot?
Yeah, I have Flower and Garden Festival specifically on my bucket list. I mean, not Flower and Garden, I'm sorry. I've been to Flower and Garden a few times. Food and Wine Festival at Epcot because I have not been to that one and that's like one of the biggest festivals. So I would like to do that one.
I would like to do that too. And I loved Flower and Garden and really want to go back to
Yeah,
that. So
me
that
too.
is definitely, I'd like to go to all of them again. At this point, I just want to go to Disney World again. So,
I know, don't we all? Another thing that is at the top of my Disney bucket list are some of the tours at Disney World specifically. So I really want to do the Keys to the Kingdom tour and the Backstage Magic tour. Those two are like supposed to be so amazing, and I feel like those are the two like most popular that I hear people doing. And then one that's at the top of my bucket list also that is a little less popular that I don't hear about as much is at Animal Kingdom, and it's the Wild Africa Trek. So like it's pretty much your own small group safari, and they provide you with like um your own safari vehicle with the other people on the tour and some snacks, like some African inspired snacks. And apparently there's like a little bit of like hiking over like an alligator pond. And
No,
like,
thank you.
I think it sounds amazing. And I want to do it like next time I go. I'm ready.
I hear amazing things about that tour. So I would do that with you totally.
Let's do it.
I also want to do a tour, but I want to do the VIP tour where you get to basically choose where your private tour guide takes you throughout Disney World. And if you have a park hopper, they could take you to different parks. They get you to the front of the lines for the different rides. I mean, sign me up for that.
Nice. Yeah, that
That
one
sounds
would be
really good.
cool.
Yeah.
Pretend like I'm a celebrity for a day. You know,
Put on some big sunglasses, wrap a scarf around
exactly.
your, like, pretend like you're incognito in disguise. See if you can get some people to ask for your autograph.
That would be awesome. Let's do it.
On my bucket list, I want to see all the ghosts at Disneyland.
Ah,
Okay.
it would be
That's going to be
cool if they
challenging.
did a tour of that.
A ghost tour. Yeah, like
Yes,
after hours. That would be awesome.
that would be so cool, especially if they did it like for Halloween.
Yeah, I would do it. I would pay good money for that.
You know how many people would do that? There are people who would line up for that. They would have it booked out for years to
Yeah.
do that.
They would try to kick everybody out of the park, and they're like, "No, we bought tickets to the after hours for the ghost hunt."
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Like, how
I
crazy
need
would
to
it
do
be
that.
to just have a large party of people just hunting ghosts in Disneyland?
Right? Man, they could really do a lot with that, and they could make so much money.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
most definitely would. What about something kind of simple like finding all the hidden Mickeys?
That's a lot.
I would
It
say
is a
that's
lot.
not
That's not
simple.
simple.
Well, no, I don't mean simple as in the task is like finding all of them is simple. I'm saying like the task of going around and just walking and looking for hidden Mickeys.
Yeah.
Because
I like
I look for them all the
hidden
time.
Mickeys. I know, me too. I look for them in my daily life.
I do too.
I'm like,
That's
does my coffee foam look like a hidden Mickey this morning?
Yes, but that's mostly because you made it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
something that I would really love to do would be to be a local and be able to go to Disney World anytime I wanted to, just to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm really craving Ohana. Let's go to Ohana. That would just be so awesome.
I know. I think about that all the time. I would love to live in Orlando and then like get home from work and just be like, wow, it's been a rough day and I would like to go to Disney right now. And then you
Let's
just
go.
go.
Exactly.
I don't think about that. I just think about Ohana specifically.
Bucket list.
Yeah, just bucket list. I just want to live at Ohana.
I mean, just to be able to absorb that park, to sit and people watch, to not feel like you have to rush around and get everything done because you only go once every couple of years.
Yeah.
Just to be able to enjoy it because you can come back next weekend if you want to. That
Right.
just sounds so nice.
I know. I agree.
You know what I would do? I would take my lunch
You would
break
ride.
and I would
You
go
would
and ride
ride.
Tower of Terror, and then I would go back to work.
Exactly. I knew that's what you were going to say. I just that just really sounds nice.
Yeah.
One could dream.
I agree. I think that's probably on my bucket list as well. Moving to Orlando so we can go to Disney all the time. Another thing that I was thinking about that's a little different, but have y'all heard of Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian?
Yes.
Okay, so
You want the chef's table?
it's just been on my bucket list just to eat there. I don't even care if it's a chef's table. Like just getting a reservation there and paying that much money to have dinner, but then you're there for like hours and it's a
Yeah.
whole like production and they just bring you thing after thing after thing and you have to dress up all fancy and I at some point like I'm thinking maybe for like a special occasion like my birthday, anniversary, something like I have to do Victoria and Albert's.
I would like to try it, but I'd be so worried I'd pay all this money for food that I wouldn't even like.
See, I
You know
know
what I
I
mean?
would like it because I eat literally everything and like pretty much everything and I just love food. So I know I would love it. So I think it would be worth it for me. And my husband also is not picky. So I think we're going to do it. It's just going to hurt me real bad to spend that much money on dinner.
Yeah. What about this? What about going to a movie premiere at Disney?
I've been to one at Disneyland
I
by
have not.
accident.
By accident?
Yes. I
Was
was
it Pirates of
in
the Caribbean or something like that?
Yes, it was Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't remember which one it was though, but I was just in I was in California for a gymnastics competition and we went to Disneyland for one day while we were there. And this was like a long, long time ago. And it happened to be during the Pirates of the Caribbean premiere. And so we saw Johnny Depp. We saw like everyone. It was crazy though. It's like people just screaming at them and
I can
trying to get
imagine.
pictures with them. It was insane, but I mean, it was a neat experience. I can say I've done it now.
That's cool.
So now it's not on my bucket list.
But it's still on mine.
Yeah, I do think that would be pretty cool.
See, I can say that I was in a Disney movie.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good. Let's don't go there.
There's no proof.
Exactly.
Amanda remembers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jealous.
It's all in your head.
I would really like to go to the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco. I've heard really great things about it and I want to go to it really bad. So next time I'm in the San Francisco area, which I hope to take a trip there at some point in the future, I want to go to the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Oh, that's
That'd be
cool. That kind of reminds me, though, about becoming a citizen of Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'd like
that's a good one.
that. There's all these little things close to us because I live in Kansas, around Kansas City, which is close to Missouri, where Walt was born and lived and grew up. And so there's lots of little things like that around here. In Kansas City, they have murals, Disney murals painted on some of the buildings on the outside. So I'd love to go and see those. In his hometown where he grew up, they have another museum there. So I'd like to go to that.
Yeah, I saw that one. Earlier today, I was looking up the Walt Disney Family Museum because I couldn't remember where exactly, like making sure it was in San Francisco. And I saw the one that you're talking about, and I really want to go there next time I come and visit you. I also want to go see the murals. How cool would pictures in front of those be?
I know. I think that'd be cool.
So
And
that's a
then
bucket list too. Let's
it
add it.
is. And then on Route 66, so like 2 hours away from here on Route 66, there are little towns that have like Cars murals and things set up because they took inspiration from that town for Cars. So I'd like to go to all of those.
Yeah.
There's just so many little things that are Disney inspired close to me that I'd like to go and see.
Yeah, there's so many things like around the country, period, that are not in actually like one of the parks that are Disney related things.
Right.
It's very true. Very good to have a long bucket list.
I told you it was
on,
everything.
Yeah, I could go on even longer, but
we
I
do have
will
a time
not.
limit on the show. Okay, well, I guess let us know what your bucket list is. Get in touch with us on social media, or you can send us an email. Just search at T3M Podcast. That's T, the number 3M Podcast. Or you can send us the email at T3MPodcast@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into some mousekeeping. We do have a 5-star review. Thank you guys so much for sending those in. We are running low still, so please send some in. This one comes from Magic for 4. They say, great podcast. This is an awesome podcast for Disney enthusiasts. Thank you so much, Magic for 4. We really do appreciate that 5-star review.
Yes, we do. If you're like me and it's been a tough year and you're tired of sitting in isolation, staying away from COVID, then you need a vacation, just like me. And with me as your travel agent, you can leave your worries behind because I can plan everything for you. You can go to Disney, Universal, on a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, Asia, Europe, wherever your heart desires. I can help you get there. Follow me on Facebook at amanda.hollis, Capture the Magic Vacations. And remember, my services are free. You can find all of my contact information in the show notes.
On our next episode, we will be talking to Megan Smith, a former Disney College Program cast member, about her time in the program. We are extremely excited to have her as a guest and to talk about the college program. Be sure to join us every other Thursday for our new episodes. Our next episode will release on June 25th.
Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. You can also be a part of the magic by following the show at T3M Podcast on all social media platforms. That's T, the number 3, M Podcast. Leave us a 5-star written review and we'll read it on an upcoming episode. If you have an announcement that you would like to have on the show or just want to reach out to us, send us an email at T3MPodcast@gmail.com.
Have a zippity-doo-dah day.
See you real soon.
animals.
Okay, well, stop giggling because I got to do my part now.
Okay.